Okay, guys, we talked about the main principles behind object-oriented programming. We covered abstraction. We represented real world objects by classes. Inheritance, we inherited from the character class the hit points and the name. Encapsulation, desired access modifiers like public, private, protected, and the only thing that we need to cover is polymorphism. So let's do this. I'm going to talk about this and overriding as well. Now, imagine the following. We have some player selection screen. And let's say the wizard is, I'm not going to draw some pictures, but imagine like this is like the wizard. Then we have the warrior. And when I select this, I want some stats to display, like hit points, and then maybe kill count, some count. If I hover here, I want to do the same. Now let's simulate this. We need some function. We need static void, and then we need display stats, and then console right line something. Okay, we created our wizard, so we can have something like this, and then something like this. And okay, let's write something not to display empty. So I haven't called this, sorry, display stats, and then wizard. Okay, I display this. Now imagine I introduce a second, character, some warrior, warrior. And now I create the warrior, and we will run into a problem. Okay, obviously if I try to display the stats of the warrior, the program will complain, because it expects like some wizard. Okay, we talked about inheritance. Let's imagine that display stats expects some character. We call it character. And now we have two problems. Okay. What if I do this? First problem disappears. Then our second problem disappears. And then, obviously I can just go here and do the following. And if we go and run this, we get to zeros. Okay, so basically polymorphism means that many forms. Okay, we solved our first problem, like displaying the data, and now let's imagine that recently everyone is locking characters. You have to buy them, and then maybe you can play only wizard and maybe the warrior, but maybe you have some druid, and maybe you need to play the game once and in order to unlock. And now with the power of polymorphism I can do the following. I have a list, and then what type is this list? Let's put it to character, and then I have playable characters, goes to new list, and then at the warrior, and then at the wizard. And now if I run a for each, I can display our screen here and have this, and these are our players, playable or playable characters. So with the power of polymorphism we can do such things. Now we can even do the following. Let's demonstrate this. Let's say I have some message like character created. Character created, or let's say selected, because we continue with this example, and imagine that I see the stats and I press OK, and I want to see selected. So I get some confirmation. Okay. Now, of course, we need events and stuff like this. I'm not going to go into too much details because we don't have this knowledge yet. Now, okay. I can go here and then have character selected, and no problem. Okay, but you see the problem. I don't know. Okay, I don't see the screen, so I don't have a way to know which character was selected. Maybe I am on some server and I am receiving only text information. I don't know where the player clicked. So I need to somehow know what has been selected, warrior or like something like this. Now we can go into some if else and check the type, but I'll show you some clever way how to achieve this. So first I need to change this to virtual. So public override and warrior selected. I was thinking about writing console write line and then forget to remove warrior selected. And then do the same for the wizard. And let's say the other, I make my selection, the other player makes selection, and let's see what happens. And now we have our character selected screen ready. Now that's all when we talk about polymorphism. I'll try to explain in some more detail what happens. Maybe from the perspective of C++, since there are pointers here, the concept of pointers is hidden. There is this concept of passing by reference. Now you can switch off this video if you are not interested in theory, but basically when we create objects, we have the stack, which we talked about, and we have the heap. These are two different memory structures. So when we create some object on the heap, we create some pointer to this, because in essence in memory we have some memory address, which for simplicity I say it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we can do 5, 6, 7, 8. And here we have some chunks which are equal in size, but this can be this big, maybe this can be this big. But we are creating some pointers. And when we are talking about polymorphism, basically we are talking about references to some objects. So in this way, you know, when we have here these characters, you know, we have this character array, but here, you know, we are expecting some character, but we are passing some, you know, we have character, but how do we add, you know, these two different classes? Well, in essence, this is what's going on. You know, we don't care about, in this case, that we have some class called warrior, or we have some class wizard. Basically, we're talking about some objects in the memory, and since they inherit from this base class, the character, we can do these manipulations. But I don't have much time to explain this in more detail, so that's all for this video, and thanks for watching.